So a lot of companies are finding wikis to be very valuable inside the firewall, inside the company network, as a tool for people within the company to document their knowledge in a very lightweight and fast way. In many companies, particularly larger companies, one of the problems that you always face is that there's a lot of specialized local knowledge that is held by people in different parts of the company. Maybe some people have the same job responsibilities, but in 10 or 20 or 100 different locations. If someone has an idea or an innovation in one location, in a traditional model of information communication, they have to talk to their boss, who talks to his boss, and then maybe there's a memo, and well, it just doesn't work very well. Instead, companies are finding that it's valuable to just empower the employees to communicate directly with each other through the wiki, to build a knowledge base of what they're doing and what works and what doesn't work. And, well, it's becoming very popular. So one example is Best Buy in the US. So Best Buy is a huge electronics retailer. So they have big box stores and they sell stereos and computers and all kinds of things like this. And all of their associates, some 100,000 employees, have access to the wiki and edit the wiki to communicate with each other in exactly the way that I'm talking about. And individual stores have made their own pages and things like this. And they found it to be very effective in terms of building a culture within inside the company of knowledge sharing. I think probably the most important thing they can do is to start thinking more about openness and less about control. One of the big problems that a lot of companies have is they're very controlling over the flow of information because they feel like if they don't do this, then there may be low quality or this and that. But what we find in the wiki world is that having free flow of information, people can correct each other, people can build on each other's work. And so I think the very first thing they have to do is really change their mindset. Change the mindset that says, to a mindset that says it's really great if we have good communications within the company. Well, I mean, I think it's what we're all aware of is that competing based on having raw, cheap labor is a bit of a dead end. Yes, of course, you can get some jobs and get some factory jobs, and this can be fine as a component of growth, but to really move beyond that, from developing into developed, it's really about developing knowledge and people and intelligence. And so I think all of these kinds of things, you know, whenever you are building a culture in which people are teaching other people and they're learning new skills and learning new ideas, you empower creativity, you empower you know, better performance of duties. And by better performance, I mean, for me what it means is it's terrible shame in the world if you've got an intelligent person whose brain is going to waste because they're doing some stupid thing, when we now should think about, okay, let's make sure that nobody on the planet is wasting a moment's effort doing something stupid, right? Let's try to do intelligent things. So yeah, I think it's really, really important. I think we're still very much at the beginning. Obviously, what Obama was able to do was build a sense of community among people. He moved people from thinking, yes, I think I'll vote for Obama, to thinking, yes, I'm going to go to a meeting, yes, I'm going to actually invite my friends, I'm going to generate a culture of passion around this idea of change. Of course, he did it in a very opportune environment because Americans badly wanted change, so that helped a lot. But it is also really about engaging people. But I still think we're still very much at the beginning. I think in the future we're going to see a lot more of this kind of participatory politics working its way down to the local level, the state level, and it may continue even between election campaigns to become a part of the political process. At least I hope so. Well, I think the main thing is that as soon as you are giving people a voice, and you're actually engaging people in a way that is really participatory. It's kind of hard to subvert that. In other words, politicians become, as they are already to some extent, but they become the servants of the people. I think it's, well, it's not simple, right? I think we always have to be vigilant for manipulation and things like this, but I think the best way that we can be vigilant about manipulation and things like this is to become educated, to become knowledgeable. If you don't know something, you may vote based on a cute soundbite that you heard on television. The more people know, the less susceptible they are to that kind of thing. So building knowledge amongst everyone is really important for democracy.